Hello everyone, welcome to this Skyrim Best Graphics 2016 tutorial add-on. This is my first tutorial add-on. And in this first add-on we're going to handle DynDOLOD. What DynDOLOD will do, it will generate some great distant terrain as I show you guys here in this little clip I just recorded in my Skyrim. So, why this add-on? Well, to be honest, when I did create the Ultimate Graphics tutorial, the new version, I did not really take care of my LOD, my distant terrain. I noticed this later when I looked in the distance and I saw trees being chopped in half by weird LOD textures and all kinds of weird problems. But then some of you guys gave me the tip to check out DynDOLOD to fix the LOD and have some great distant terrain. So I've created this tutorial and you can find it by going to my website predcaliber.com, go to tutorials, go to Skyrim, and all the way here you have step 7, which has tutorial add-ons. Then click on create LOD with DynDOLOD, which is the new add-on tutorial I did make. And I have my step-by-step instructions here in case I might forget something. And let's see what we are going to do. It of course requires the 2016 Ultimate Graphics tutorial, which you hopefully did do earlier because it's mandatory for this tutorial. And let's see what do we have here. Pretty much explain here what it is, what it does. Pretty technical, so I can understand if you just want to go to the preparations. But I want to thank Gamer Poets because he has such an awesome video about DynDOLOD, and I really liked his video. I really learned a lot from his video. So if you want to know everything about DynDOLOD and all kinds of tips and tricks, I suggest you check out his video. And again, thank you very much, Gamer Poets, for me to understand DynDOLOD a little bit better. I have to say it's not a complicated thing to do, but it took me quite a while to find out how to do this for my specific 2016 Ultimate Graphics mod list to make sure everything is compatible. But I finally did it, so I've created this tutorial with 4 steps: preparations, installation, LOD textures. 3 steps actually: LOD textures and LOD terrain generation. Let's see, if you would like, consider donating. I don't have any ads on my website. I like to keep it that way, so if you really would like to, that would be awesome, of course, if you could spare a donation. By the way, I have a new video coming up for that I am going to do something special for my top 3 donators. So if you're in my top 3 donators, then people who ever did a nice donation, then you're probably going to get a nice surprise. So I'm going to tell you guys more later about it. So let's see, the first thing is preparations. So preparations, let's open up our mod organizer and let's open up our mod list. And let's see what we have to do. First, it is very recommended to do the following, and that is going to your profiles section and just copy your existing profile, your existing modded profile, and name it something like backup or something. So if in case you mess up something, then you still have a nice clean backup of everything which worked. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to disable some stuff, and we're going to disable the following LODs that we did install earlier on because they're not needed anymore. DynDOLOD is going to create far better LODs, so you can disable them, and they are in the list here. They should be here somewhere at your list as well. So uncheck AOF HD3 LODs and uncheck Skyrim high definition LODs. And I would like to point out that it's great that we are using a mod organizer, because if we had installed everything with Nexus Mod Manager, we were in serious problems, because in that case we had to uninstall all the mods all the way up to let's see, 2 here, because else we're probably going to mess something up, because we did delete 3 LODs and all halfway. But in this case, nothing to worry, because you can just uncheck these 2 mods, that's fine, and we can uncheck Skyfalls and Skymills as well. it's not needed anymore. DynDOLOD also creates better terrain and better LODs for waterfalls and mills. So the only thing was that if you had a special windsill from Skyfalls and Sky Mills, but we did not install that, else we had to do another step. But again, we don't need to do that. You can just disable these 3 files, and I think that is, yeah, that was everything from the preparation, so nothing really spectacular. Alright, so installation. We have a couple of files that we need to download, and the first one is from the DynDOLOD main page itself. So let's open it up. Let's see. Here it is. Go to Files or Download Manual, and let's wait a little bit. It seems that Nexus Mods is a little bit slow today. Here it is. Download DynDOLOD, the main file. Let me close my Steam, else I might get some chat messages. All right. Let's see, download the main mod, and what I did is, maybe you know from the beginning of the Skyrim 2016 Ultimate Graphics tutorial that we numbered our mods and our folders. So I'm continuing to do this with this tutorial. I did create this folder, add-on tutorials number 5, which you should do as well to have a better overview of your mods. Then I also created this folder 5.01 DynDOLOD, because maybe you have some other expansion tutorials coming up. So this is the first one, 5.01 DynDOLOD. And what I did, let's delete this for now. I did number the mods that we're going to download. So in this case, you have downloaded DynDOLOD, but to keep a better overview of mods, what I did was just put 00 in front of it, so you have an idea of the order of how you need to install it. If you perhaps later are going to redo this tutorial, in example your computer crashed and you have to do it all the way again, and then you can just follow the numbers for everything. So also for the base mods and everything, just follow the numbers. That's really easy, so I suggest you guys do that. Then I think we can do this with Mod Organizer, but what I did with the first main mod was just manually extract it to the Skyrim folder. No, we can't do it with Mod Organizer because it has to be in the main folder, not in the data folder. So we have to do this manually. How to do it manually is just extract it. Let's see, double click on it. Extract this file in our Skyrim folder, which you can find as always in your let's see, where's my Steam? Your Steam library, Steam apps, common Skyrim, and you can just extract everything there. And don't extract it in your data folder, else you get really weird stuff, so don't do that. And I'm not going to do that because I already did do everything, so I only show you guys in this tutorial how to do stuff, but I'm actually not going to do that because I already did do everything myself. But extract it in your Skyrim main game folder. And then once you did do that, you can actually check if that's there, and you should have this folder here, DynDOLOD. So you can't use Mod Organizer for it because Mod Organizer only is capable of modding stuff in the data folder, and DynDOLOD has to be installed in the main folder for Skyrim. Or, by the way, I have to say that it could be any other folder, but don't install it in the data folder for Skyrim. So once you did extract your DynDOLOD main folder here in your Skyrim main game folder, we can continue with, let's keep this page open by the way, because we're going to need another file later on. Then we're going to install Papyrus utility 2.8, which is an add-on for Skyrim script extender. Click on Files, download this file. Let's see. Where is it? Here, I did install it here, and as you can see here, I named it 01 Papyrus. I did name this, by the way, 00 because it's not part of Mod Organizer. That's the reason why I named it 00 instead of 01. But I named this 01 in front of it because Papyrus is the first mod that we can install with Mod Organizer. So once you finish downloading Papyrus, you can add it just like you would normally do with Mod Organizer. So just edit Papyrus utility, and I already did. Again, I did do everything, so I'm not going to do that myself. And then you will have it here, Papyrus. Make sure you activate Papyrus, else it's not going to work. Then what you want to do is, we can close Papyrus by the way. We're going to need the DynDOLOD resources, which you also can find on the files page from DynDOLOD page that we have left open. It's just this one, this file, DynDOLOD resources. Click download manually. Then the same way, add it in your mod organizer. So here it is, DynDOLOD resources. You can activate DynDOLOD resources here as well. Make sure you check it in front of it. And then let's see what we need more. We need a couple of files more. The vanilla Skyrim and Dragonborn billboards, because we're going to need some standard billboards on which DynDOLOD can create some distant terrain on. You can find them by going to files. Let's wait a little bit. Here it is. And select the high-res version, because we're going to need high-resolution billboards. And also name it the same way once you did download it. So name it like this. 02 DynDOLOD, this 03 vanilla Skyrim and Dragonborn billboards. Add them to your mod organizer, activate them. And so it looks like this. Alright, then we have one last thing that we need to do before we can create LOD terrain and LOD textures. And that is, we have to download billboards for Skyrim Flora overall, because what DynDOLOD expects from you is that you use your LOD textures from specific mods that might alter your trees. And in this case, we only have to do something for Skyrim Flora overall, because Skyfalls and Skymills we don't need to do. We did disable it. And let's see, for static mesh improvement mod, we only need to do something if we wanted to use the sails texture from Skyfalls and Skymills, but we're not going to do that. So we are fine. We don't need any patches or anything. We only need billboards for Skyrim Flora overall. And you can find the latest one at the moment is on the Skyrim Flora overall page itself, and that is this one, version 2.5b. And it has been uploaded on the 11th of April 2016, so these are really the newest ones. Then once you did download it, you can again go to add-on tutorials, let's see, and add the Skyrim Flora overall billboards. And I again put 04 in front of it. Then what is very important is that you drag and drop, because it's probably going to be added at the end of this list. You have to drag and drop it all the way above to, let's see, Skyrim Flora overall. And we picked the no grass option because we wanted further grass. And then you have to drag and drop it right underneath here under Skyrim Flora overall. And that's very important. And again, if we did use Nexus Mod Manager for this, we had a real problem because we were unable to do this. In that case, we had to uninstall all the mods all the way back to here. And then install Skyrim Flora overall billboards, and then we had to reinstall everything from here again. So we can bless ourselves, we used Mod Organizer for this step. And let's see if we need to do something more. No, as I said here, just put it under the Skyrim Flora overall no grass. That's fine, like this. Alright, and then the real magic can happen. What we're going to do now is we're going to add two programs from DynDOLOD, and that is TextGen, which allows us to generate the LOD textures which DynDOLOD is going to need, and we're going to add DynDOLOD also in Mod Organizer, because we want to have terrain and textures created through Mod Organizer and not manually, because then it would just pick the manual vanilla textures, because it will not detect the mods from Mod Organizer, because Mod Organizer works differently. Anyway, what do we need to do? You can click on here on the SKSE, which is probably your default icon. Click on edit here, and what you can do then is click on these three dots and go to TextGen. And again, I'm not going to do that because I already did that, but you should do that. Add TextGen, so double click on TextGen and name it TextGen, and then click on add, which is the button you probably have when you're going to add TextGen. And then do the same for DynDOLOD. So click on these three dots for the binary, select DynDOLOD, then give it a name DynDOLOD and select add. And I also have this, so I also am not going to do that. Then what you want to do is click TextGen and click on run. And I'm going to do it for now. Steam is required. Okay, let's start it up. Okay, I'm going to close this because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to need it. It's probably, or perhaps it's, I should say, perhaps it's going to tell you that some of the plugins are messed up. And an example, let's see, in my case, I have no idea how, but Realistic Water 2 was messed up for me. The Legendary ESP was above Realistic Water 2 at ESP, and TextGen gave me an error message, said, hey, something's wrong. Let's see, Realistic Water 2 Legendary should have Realistic Water 2 as its master file. So what I had to do, I had to close the window and I had to drag Realistic Water 2 above Realistic Water 2 Legendary. And it's probably going to tell this for 3 or 4 months. And what I suggest you guys to do is just run TextGen, and it's probably going to give an error message that some plugins are placed incorrectly, and it is going to say which ones exactly it are. So that's a good thing. You can just close that window then and correct the load order, and it's probably need to do this 3 or 4 times. And an alternative way to fix this is, I think, just to run LOD, and LOD will automatically correct the load order. But what I did was just run TextGen, see what mods he says, which plugins are not placed correctly. So I did fix that in that case. And once TextGen is finished, you will get a message that it is finished. And then it did create the texture LODs for DynDOLOD to work. And then we need to add those textures. And how are we going to do that? Then what we need to do is go to our Skyrim main game folder. And on the main game folder, we did add DynDOLOD, as you might remember. And you will have a folder here, TextGen output. And in here you have this folder, textures, which are the LOD textures that TextGen did generate. And what you need to do is right click on it, and if you have WinRAR, you can just add it to a RAR file, or if you just have the standard Windows compression, you can copy it to a compressed file. A zip or RAR, a RAR file will do both. So I just put it to textures.rar, and we need to change the file name, or we not necessarily need to change it, but for a better overview I suggest, let's see, what did I say you need to do? Change it to something like DynDOLOD TextGen output. So choose that name. It doesn't really exactly have to be that name, but just for yourself, so you have an idea what you did do. So let's do that here. Output, it should be. Alright. This RAR, I'm really pronouncing RAR in a very hard way. RAR, okay? You guys know what I mean. What you need to do is go to Mod Organizer. We need to add this file, this compressed file. And do that by going to your Skyrim folder, to your DynDOLOD folder, to your TextGen output, and we did just create this compressed archive. So add this in your Mod Organizer, and as you can see, it looks something like this then in DynDOLOD TextGen output. And make sure you check this box, because these are the texture LODs which DynDOLOD is going to use. So it's very important you do this process correctly. Then the final step is going to DynDOLOD and then select run, and it's going to take a while because DynDOLOD is creating distant terrain according to the texture generated LODs. So press run with DynDOLOD, and the process is going to take a very long while, 20 to 30 minutes or 15 to 30 minutes or something. And once that's finished, you will get also a message that it has finished. And what you need to do is pretty much the same. You have to go back to your Skyrim main game folder, go to DynDOLOD, and then you have this DynDOLOD output, and you have all these folders and this ESP, which is very important. And what we need to do is we also need to create a compressed archive. So select all the files, right click on it, and create a RAR file, or you can just use the standard Windows option, which is copy to an compressed archive. So do that, either create an RAR file or just a compressed archive, which is a zip file, by the way. And let me show you once again, this time with a zip file. Doesn't really matter because Mod Organizer knows both. Should be fine. Let's wait a little bit for it. Alright, once it's finally finished, you can just Also rename this zip file, and I suggested here you name it something like, let's see, DynDOLOD output.rar or .zip. I also put it there, so it doesn't really matter. DynDOLOD output, something like that. Alright, so then go again back to mod organizer. Let's add the compressed file that we did create. So what you want to do is again go to your Skyrim main game folder, then go to DynDOLOD and click DynDOLOD output, and here we have our created DynDOLOD output. Yours is probably a lot bigger. I just created this dummy zip file for viewing purposes. So then once you did activate your DynDOLOD output, maybe it's going to take a couple of seconds before mod organizer processed it, but anyway, once it pops up, activate it here, what is check. And make sure the DynDOLOD.esp also has been checked. That's very important. And let's see if we have to do anything more, because I think that's it. No, that's it. That's everything. That should do the trick. In this case, you should have great distant terrain. One more thing, you probably have this. There are potential problems with your setup, which means that there are files in our override folder. And to fix this, you can just double click on here. And these are just some loose folders and some loose plugins. As you can see, there's nothing really in here. You can right click on it, delete it, and on SKSE plugins, save to loaded log, you can also create this. This is nothing really important. And so this is fixed for now. Perhaps you have it in the future another time that it's going to add these dummy folders. Just leave it like that, it's fine. I also leave it like that. I don't bother anymore to delete those dummy folders, but in case you find it annoying, just do it again, and you can just delete both dummy folders. But anyway, it should work. So run Skyrim with SKSE again and enjoy your new generated LOD terrain. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments in the YouTube section, and thank you very much for watching.